Well, hello, hello, hello. It is the one, the only Magic Mo. And today I'm getting quite a bit personal. And I'm going to refer to this particular topic of the magic of recovery. And I say that in regards to nothing on the extremeness of where your mind is probably going. It's more or less recovering from health issues, relationship issues, just being devastated by business trauma, or even, back in your days of school when, you would try out for the track team and you were oh so good, but you still somehow came in second. So the magic of recovery really hits home for me because throughout my years, I've had my fair share of illness, and it seems very randomized to me because, in all essence and honesty of things, I'm a fairly healthy person, but it seems like every couple of years, I will get hit with what seems to be an all out buffet of where did this come from? Where did that come from? Why is this? Why is that? And that started happening around the time of 19, so, and then it was every couple years, then there was always just something, which then led to something else and something else, something else. So I've had quite a bit, and, like I say, from the age of 19, and my poor parents, because I'm sure, put a lot of worry on them with me at a young-ish age. And everything from, really bad sinus infections to, shingles to mono, severe upper respiratory infections, and just recently, within the past, I guess it was maybe 2 years ago, discovered an esophageal stricture within my throat, which was about 2 inches long, and just like, okay, what else you got? And with that one in particular, because that one's a little bit fresher in my mind, at that time, I was then experiencing other things because I wasn't eating. I would try and eat or drink anything, and I was seeing it again repeatedly. And it got to be very scary that I couldn't eat or drink anything. And how does one just, you know, develop a esophageal stricture that's 2 inches long? And if you were to hold your fingers out, what the length of 2 inches would really be, that's not a bad sized stricture within one's throat. And my throat, along with a lot of my body parts outside of some of which I won't mention, are pretty, not large in size. So I don't have a big throat. Some might say I have a big mouth, but not a big throat per se. So to get anything down was just near impossible. And it it was another instance of like, why and how am I having these experiences? And even as I talk now, I'm still having some issues with my legs in regards to circulation. I have to have an ultrasound on my lower legs for the most part and see what's going on. But the magic of recovery, coming from someone, as I just explained, that has been through quite a fair share. I don't ever want to hear the two words spinal tap ever again in my life. And I know people love the movie and all of this and that, but I think it is one of the scariest things. And to have that done to you at about 16, 17 years old, just seeing that needle that that's what's going into you. Oh, my stars. Um, and did I see stars? Yes. My father had to actually leave the room because he was going to be not only sick to his stomach with the whole thing, but crying and everything as well. And so, having been through all of these various things and trying to find out what on earth is, like how on earth did I all of a sudden get mono? I got shingles at 19, and there were just all these things. And a lot of people will say it's because your immune system is down, and I do believe that to a degree. I do also believe that sometimes these things happen when you need a timeout on the play. And it's almost like, okay, well, your body's saying, well, you're not listening to your mind and yourself, that you need to take a timeout. And even if you're not getting paid from work, just say, hey, you know what? I'd like a couple days off. I got some things I want to work through, and just, kind of, regroup, take care of the house, do some other things. And I am, just needing that. And a lot of times we don't do that. And I think then that's when illness comes into play, because we just run ourselves down. And it's our body saying, okay, well, if you didn't listen to your mind and your heart, then we're going to cause you to listen. So your body starts to pick up the slack that you're putting out there. So the magic of recovery on this, I'm putting it out there that take it from me and all of the things that I just went through, which I don't even think is everything that I've had, since I was about 16, to say the magic of recovery. If one of these things should happen to you, take that time out on the play and realize that this is not a call to action. I mean, well, let's be fair. It is in a way. But the call to action is to take no action. To take a time out on the play, regroup, and then allow yourself that breathing time. Don't even lay there, relax, and think about what your next steps are when you feel better. Allow yourself just that time to not do a darn thing. And that's including think about anything to be done. All of that will be there for you in time. So take it from me, as I'm really digging deep and giving you a prime example of what can happen if you don't insist on taking that time out on the play for yourself. So the magic of recovery, you're recovering some of yourself that was lost in all of the hustle and bustle and the feeling need to do things for yourself, but also for others too. There's a whole gamut of reasons why we do this to ourselves, and we feel obligated to, and that's just our nature. People that have that magic quality feel like they're going to take it on, no matter what that means, and just will suffer the consequences. And a lot of times the consequence that we suffer is ourselves. And then we have to get back to where we were previous when we realized it from another event, and get back to the magic that is recovery. So whenever you are starting to feel down, and this could be mentally and emotionally as well. Whenever you're starting to feel down mentally, emotionally, that will also affect you physically. So whenever you're starting to see these signs that things aren't right, then that is a call to action to take a time out on the play. And I use myself as a real life example that things can happen if you don't listen to yourself, basically. If you keep pushing through, and I know that we all want to continue to be loud, proud, and strong, and we've got this all day, every day. Well, we do in our mind, but in our body, our energy, our well being, we don't all day, every day. When we keep pushing for that all day, every day piece of that puzzle, that's when we start to see the illness, the nonstop tired, or not being tired at all. So you're starting to then see some variances on what should be your normal everyday life. Going to sleep at your pretty regular time, waking up at your normal time, doing your normal everyday gig, and, not pushing the envelope. So you're not in that state of needing recovery. But the magic that is behind that piece of the puzzle of recovery is that it does allow you that opportunity to take a time out on the play and realize you cannot continue in this fashion. It's not that you can't do these things. You're not inept, unavailable, or, just all in all worthy to be doing these things. But there has to be a balance. The balance then has to be found. And that's where your call to action really lies. Then you need to take the time out on the play, experience the magic of recovery, and find out, okay, I can't let myself go through that again. So I'm going to have to find some balance. So how can I do that? How can I delegate? How can I make this whole process easier for myself so that I can continue with my goals, with my dreams and passions, and still come out feeling happy, healthy, rested, all of those good things that you should have to come along with what you're going for. So that is my take on that for today, and I will dive further into that, as I always threaten to do in upcoming books. But yes, this is me getting pretty intimate on things that have happened to me physically, and I know a lot of mental things can do some damage on us too. So always be mindful of that as well. And when you understand that and take a time out on the play, you're only going to benefit from it. I know we keep pushing along because that's what we think we need to do. The magic keeps going, the magic keeps going. But if that train then suddenly stops and it lands itself in the hospital, then it's a telling sign that, well, the magic was going, but it was going too much, too fast, and too far. So always keep thinking of yourself and putting yourself first. And if that means sometime pulling the trigger of saying no, even to yourself, saying no. I say no to Mo all the time. And so far, that works out good for me when I do that sometimes. Knowing that, okay, yes, Mo, I get it. You want to do that today. I know you want to decorate this and do that, do this and the third, but you worked extra hours today, just came home and made dinner, you've just done cleaning up, and it's just not in the cards today. Take it from yourself, take that time out on the play. So listen to yourself sometimes, and don't feel bad about it that, oh, well, I had time to do it, I just didn't have it in me. No, that's your body and your mind telling you, no, you don't really have it in you right now, but you will, and that's okay. So, with that being said, enjoy the magic of your own recoveries, even it's, just getting that nap that you've desperately needed and all of that good stuff. And, instead of getting fast food last night, you got to make yourself a homemade dinner, just whatever your small recovery periods are in regards to. enjoy that and make sure you're taking time for yourself. That is always a positive time out on the play when you're doing it for yourself, because it only is another example of amplifying what I like to say all the time, is that you're no good for anyone else if you're not good to yourself. So always be good to yourself, listen to yourself, and whatever it is that you're doing, I'm fairly certain if you're not up to it today, it will still be there waiting for you tomorrow. And on that note, I wish you a magical, magical day or night, depending on when you're hearing this. And I look forward to another chat real, real soon.